that the WNBA is experiencing exponential growth. Okay? The WNBA added the Valkyries this season, and they're adding 3 more teams in the next few years. Would you think that a league that is failing and not growing would be adding more teams or not? I would argue that they'd be adding teams, okay? Now, you say they lost $50 million last year, conceded that point. The NBA and WNBA have a new TV deal that's $2.2 billion. That's going to average around $200 million for the WNBA.
That's the fault line running straight through all of this, and it's why the situation is so unstable. It's easy to reject a deal when you're insulated from the fallout, when endorsements, ownership stakes, and alternative income streams mean a delayed season doesn't threaten your rent or your future. But most players don't live in that reality. The 6th player on the bench doesn't have leverage. She has bills. She has a short career window, one body, and a limited number of years to monetize it. When she opens her email and sees a number that could genuinely change her life, she isn't thinking about abstract solidarity. She's thinking about tomorrow. That's what makes this so volatile. Union strategies only work when incentives align, and right now they don't. Once one person signs, the moral high ground evaporates. Unity fractures. The strategy collapses. Everyone else follows, not out of greed, but out of survival. The league knows this. They're betting that moment is coming. They're betting that real money beats slogans, that personal security eventually outweighs collective anger. And eventually, someone will decide that $500,000 today is worth more than waiting on a promise that may never materialize. That isn't betrayal. It isn't selfishness. It's business.
People wouldn't notice the difference. Nobody would say to themselves, oh wow, the talent has really dropped off this year. Nobody's going to be saying that. In fact, they'll be saying, wow, it's real calm this season. There's not so much complaining and whining going on this season. Start fresh with players that deserve money and with players that can push the league forward.
The irony is that the star at the center of this could have been remembered as a trailblazer, a champion who helped usher in a new era of pay and respect. Instead, she's flirting with being remembered as the person who overplayed her hand so badly that she exposed the cracks in the entire movement. The moment fans begin asking whether this is about fairness or about power, the narrative is already slipping away. And that shift is happening fast. This story isn't headed toward a dramatic showdown or a heroic last stand. It's moving toward something quieter and far more consequential, a realization spreading through locker rooms that the deal on the table may not be perfect, but it is real, and that the people urging everyone to reject it may not be sacrificing anything themselves. Once that understanding takes hold, the unraveling won't be loud. It will happen silently, one signature at a time, because when the numbers are real, when money is officially on the table, it becomes harder by the hour to pretend the fight is still purely about symbolism. That's the flaw the strategy didn't account for. You can rally people around injustice. You can mobilize outrage. But it's almost impossible to keep everyone unified when the supposed injustice starts to look like a life-changing raise they're being told to walk away from.